Is there silence in my mind? Or am I overthinking about what is happening around the body? When you understand that the soul is the one that experiences through the body, through the physical senses, then you can give less importance to the play of life and you can start exploring your inner life. You start to play with your thoughts, with your feelings, and with your soul-to-soul connection. Why not learning how to connect soul to soul with the wisest soul, with the highest on high teacher, with the best possible guide and friend? You are listening now to the teachings of the Supreme Soul. And as always, you are listening whilst being aware that you are a soul. And the Supreme Soul is invisible, eternal, and a source of divine teachings. Let us listen to these words of wisdom whilst being connected to our highest truth.
Some children have sweet complaints in their hearts that they didn't have a meeting with the Father through the words. The Father also wants to meet each of you children to your heart's content. However, time and the body have to be considered. In the subtle form, many can meet the Father at the same time for as long as they
Some
want.
souls have sweet complaints in their hearts that they didn't have a meeting with the Father through words. The Father also wants to meet each of you children to your heart's content. However, time and the body have to be considered. In the subtle form, many can meet the Father at the same time for as long as they want, and there is no question of having turns in that. However, when it is a meeting through the corporeal body, in the corporeal world, everything has to be considered according to the corporeal world and the corporeal body. Is there a fixed day in the subtle region that such and such a group will meet on that day and that you should come to meet him after half an hour? There is no bondage of this in the subtle region and the subtle body. You are all experienced in celebrating a meeting in the subtle form, are you not? Even if you sit there for the whole day, no one would ask you to get up. Here you are told, now go back, or now come to the front. Both forms of meeting are sweet. The importance of understanding the form of the soul. You understood and you accepted that you, the soul, are having an experience through the human body. And the soul has the original eternal form of being incorporeal. Incorporeal meaning it exists independently of any physical support. It is eternal, and it belongs to a home that is eternal and divine, a home with a supreme soul. The soul comes into association with the physical world, and it gets a corporeal form. It changes its form. There is a third form which is intermediate between corporeal and incorporeal, It is your angelic form, your form of light. Let's say someone asks you to think of an orange. Can you think of an orange? And let's say now they ask you to experience the taste of an orange. And you can do that. You can bring in front of the eye of the mind the image of a very good friend. You can see their personality, and you can even experience being with your best friend. You experience the warmth, you experience the closeness, you experience their kindness and joyfulness. It is the same with the Supreme Soul. You can bring their personality in front of the eye of the mind, and that is a reality. Now, this is one function of the soul. This is one ability of the soul to bring in front of the eye of the mind different images. Here, you are learning another ability of the soul. And that ability of the soul is to change its form. First, the eternal, incorporeal form, which is tiny, 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 like a point. You cannot see it with a physical eye. And then it comes into a corporeal form, which is associated with the body. And from the corporeal form, it can rise up into a new form, which is your form of light, the angel. Would you like to explore this new you, the angel? Would you like to be in this form of light? And what the spiritual knowledge was telling us is that this form of light gives you experiences which are of the unlimited. In the physical world, to meet someone, you have to queue. You have to call them, you have to create an appointment. There is a little bit of time that you can get for an appointment. In the subtle region of the angels, you can be anytime, for any length, any period of time. And you can be in the company of the Supreme Soul. Himself, it's in a body of light, a costume of light. And you also take on the costume of light, and you take a jump into this region of love, this region of being completely detached, a region of feelings for all souls, a region of freedom, where the Supreme Soul in the body of light is greeting you, is welcoming you, is giving you a big, big hug. With the mind and with the intellect, you feel accepted, you feel welcomed, you feel loved, and you also feel entertained. It is a space of great entertainment. You can eat here, you can play here, you can walk, you can talk, you can write, you can do all your work. Everything is available at this level of pure thought, pure energy. Energy which is so, so clean and truthful. And it is available all the time. So the teaching, the Raja Yoga knowledge, invites you to start this experience, develop this practice. Start coming here, being here. Do everything you can do whilst being aware that you are an angel in the company of other angels. Let us listen to a few more words of wisdom.
Father has
You
found
can
you
read.
children. Yeah. Father has found you children. Child
However,
has
there
been.
is no sound from you. I don't hear any sound. So, Father has found you children after you have been separated for 5,000 years. All the children will receive the love that has accumulated over 5,000 years. Will you not? He gives you so much stock in such a short time. Only when he gives you the maximum is he able to give fully. The Father has such a stock of love for every child. That love can never diminish. Secondly, the Father constantly sees the specialities of the children, even if the children sometimes play games of fluctuation. Father sees every child with a vision that the child will overcome with love the obstacle that has come and become a special soul and carry out a special task. Even in the obstacle, he sees your form of love. So, how could this love reduce? He constantly has a maximum love for every child, and every child is constantly elevated. Would you like to share? Yes?
Shanti. Yeah, I think the love has so much power. Even in Lokik life, we talk about parents' love for a child is so important for that child to thrive and the child to have confidence and the child to do well in this world. And this is divine love, supreme love. And he has so much love, unlimited love. He himself is love. And he comes to give us that love, unlimited way. And we can access it anytime in our subtle form. Like there is no limit. We don't have to make an appointment. And we can be with him and heal ourselves and have that confidence, self-confidence to know who we are. We are that fortunate child of God or supreme soul. And that would heal us, give us confidence, strength, and power to face anything. Because love is the medicine for everything. So it's beautifully mentioned in the second paragraph, what we were reading from the Supreme Soul. Love is the key, and we have unlimited access for that. So we have to remember that and be with Him. Whenever we needed it, we just jump and be with Him. Om Shanti.
Anyone else would like to share? I can hear you now. Energy of pure thought, the thought which is seeing the truth, the thought that is created in the awareness of being a soul, and also the thought that is touched by the mind and the intellect of the Supreme Soul. These good wishes that the Supreme Soul has for each and every soul are helping you to take a leap, to take a step of courage, and to come closer to the truth, to who you truly are, to be able to let go of the falsehood, to be able to let go of anger, of greed, of ego, of attachment, to be able to stop giving sorrow and taking sorrow. And that is all a matter of consciousness, being in the awareness of the eternal being of light. This being of light is a guest in the physical world, is a traveler, a visitor, cannot own anything here. Even the body is not mine. The body is a temporary association. You are here for a very special task, and you are now meant to return back home. You have to free yourself. And to free yourself, you keep the company of the Supreme Soul. You see how the Supreme Soul is seeing, you think how he thinks, you speak how he speaks, you study and also experience the truth. You make the Supreme Soul your friend, your companion, your parent, your everything. And that is available only now. Only now there is the hand of the angel available for you to fly. So today the practice can be to come into the awareness of the angel, the being of light, which has unlimited time and guidance from the Supreme Soul. Use that guidance. Ask a question. Express your desire to understand yourself. You will receive an answer. And listen to the answer. Put it into practice. The more you listen to that voice of conscious, the more you put into practice what the Supreme Soul is guiding you to do, the stronger your relationship will become. And you will receive help at every step. You will receive help when you truly need it, and you will receive love in everything you do. So today the practice is you are in that form of light, in that angelic costume, and you have the right to be in the company of the Supreme Soul and to have any experiences you wanted to have. Now you can have them. Enjoy your day, and we'll meet again tomorrow. Bye bye.